আপনারা দেখছেন নতুন সময় টেলিভিশন। নতুন সময়, নতুন আঙ্গিকে সত্যের পথে।
Welcome to Notun Shomoy English News. This is Afzal Hussain with you. First, news headlines. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina interacts for the proper functioning of all government hospitals. Dialogue: election can't be fruitful with Khaleda Ji in jail. BNP. Bangladesh Bank's new guidelines for credit risk management. 25 killed in Afghanistan army helicopter crash, officially said. 3 Bangladeshi filmed to be screened in Spain, and Chameli received support from cricketing circle. Now in details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today made a fervent call to administrative officials, doctors and all other concerned for the proper operations of maintenance of all the medical institutions and hospitals established by the government to ensure people's right to healthcare service. Sheikh Hasina said this while inaugurating Sheikh Russell Gastro-Liver Institute at the hospital in city's Mohakali today. Sheikh Hasina and Bangladesh is moving ahead of the forward to Mars will certainly continue in the coming days. No one would be able to stop Bengali nation under suppression, what Bangabandhu had announced in his historic 7th March speech in 1971. On the occasion of Prime Minister also inaugurated the newly constructed National Institute of Laboratory, Medicine and Referral Center and laid in the foundation stones of the vertical extension of the National Institution of Mental Health Hospital, Shower the Hospital, Institute of Kidney Diseases and Urology Hospital, Mugda Hospital Dhaka, Asthma Center in Dhaka and Health Management Institute at Savar. Sheikh Hasina said to work on the project have already been launched and they will be completed in due time when more scopes of health service would be created in the country. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir on Wednesday said no dialogue and election will be fruitful, keeping their chairperson Khaleda in jail. A day before Wake Front's scheduled talks with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and they came up with the remark and human chain program in front of Jatiya Press Club in the city. The BNP leader said the government must fully accept Wake Front's 7-point demand for holding the credible and neutral election. First of all, our leader Khaleda must be free, as no election can be meaningful without her release. BNP formed the human chain protesting the conviction of its chairperson Khaleda Zia and charitable trust graft case. Several hundred BNP leaders and followers formed the human chain around 11 a.m. in front of Jatiya Press Club aiming tight security. The chant various slogans demanding immediate release of their chairperson Khaleda Zia. Police condemned all protesters to found of any towel. Bangladesh Bank has issued a set of newly modified guidelines for credit risk management for the country's scheduled bank. In a circular issued in Tuesday, the Bangladeshi Regulation and Policy Department BRPD of the Central Bank said guidelines on internal credit risk rating system for banks were adopted to make the risk management system effective and the time briefing. The restructured guidelines of the credit risk management were issued in the time when the country's economists are very critical at the concern over the rising trend of the default and non-prominent loans in the banking sector. The recently released Bangladeshi Bank data shows bank non-performing loans rose by 20.23% or 15,000 crore in 6 months till June this year due to the poor lending practice and the absence of corporate governance. An Afghan army helicopter carrying 25 people crashed in western Afghanistan on Wednesday, killing of those on board, officially said. The craft crashed due to bad weather, and Anandara district Farah provincial government spokesman Nasir Mehir said, but the Taliban claimed that its militant brought it down. Both pilots and 23 passengers were killed. Among the dead were the Deputy Army Corps Commander of the Western Afghanistan and the head of the Farah Provincial Council, Mehir said. The Provincial Council Commander Dabullah Koneh said the helicopter hit in a mountain peak and poor weather and the route of neighboring Herat province. Senior government and military officials often travel by helicopter in region where Taliban was large presence. Turkish media reports by Saudi Arabia's top prosecutor who was Istanbul for discuss the killing of Saudi writer Jamal Khashoggi was met the Turkish intelligence officials. Private DHA news agency said Wednesday the prosecutor Saud al-Muzib paid the midnight visit on the Turkish intelligence agency Istanbul headquarters. Officially were not immediately available to comment. Turkey is seeking the extradition of 18 suspects detained Saudi Arabia and the killing of Khashoggi in the Saudi consulate after they entered the building on October 2. It is also present Saudi Arabia for information counseling Khashoggi remains still haven't been found as well as they ordered in the journey staying. So they obviously have been said the kingdom will try the 18 to bring them into justice after the investigation is complete. Speculation of new Ananto Jalil film have been in the air for the quite time some, but now it's been confirmed Ananto Jalil's new film Din is set to be produced by Ananto Jalil, where he will play in a lead role. It is joint production of between Iran and Bangladesh. The officially contract is signing and the film recently took place. It took place in Iran's capital, Tehran, at the luxurious hotel Epicenter Palace. During the signing format of the Dhaka's Iranian Cultural Council, Said Husseini, Ananto Jalil and Mount al-Rashid were present alongside with some others. In the film, plot will be based on around the operation Muslim worldwide were being suspected to. Shooting will take place in Iran, Bangladesh, Syria and Lebanon. Most of the scene will be shot in Iran and other will be shot in different locations around Bangladesh. Borsha will be the starring in the film alongside Ananto Jalil. 3 Bangladeshi film Bhubon Majhi, Kaler Putul and Dub will participate in Asian Film Festival Barcelona 2018 in Spain, starring from the today, and festival will be continued till 11th November. Independent filmmaker Fakhrul Afrin Khan directed Bhubon Majhi, a film based on liberation war, and Bangladeshi will be screened in the specialized film screen category, with the Akor Reza Galib directed film Kaler Putul will be screened in the discovery section, and filmmaker Mustafa Sarwar Farooq is much talked about film Dub in NETPSC section. The story of the film Bhubon Majhi and evaluates around the spiritual man living in the Kustia named Baul Nohor Majhi. A journalist go to Kustia for making a documentary on Baul and discovered the truth. Being a Baul, he was a freedom fighter who heroically fought for the country in liberation war of 1971, inspired by a young girl named Farida. Now sports news. Roger Federer turned down an invitation to play a planned exhibition match in Saudi Arabia in December, which his rivals Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal have committed to play in. Saudi Arabia is undergoing pressure from the international community following the killing of Saudi writer Jamal Khashoggi after he entered Saudi Arabia's consulate in Istanbul to October 2. He was a Washington Post columnist and was written critically Saudi Arabia's crown prince. Tennis star Djokovic and Nadal has expressed doubt as to whether they will play an exhibition match in King Abdullah Sports City, Jeddah on December 22. But they have not withdrawn. Both players have said the invitation were made at least 1 year ago. As the Paris in Tuesday said if was also previously invited, Federer said they contacted me too, yeah. National team player ace all-rounder Shakib Al Hasan and pacer Mustafizur Rahman along with the other made phone calls and promised her support. Ailing cricketer Chamili Khatun received aid and promises from the supporting friendly after the news of illness broke out the media. Chamili, one of the members of Bangladesh silver winning team in Asian Games 2010, has been suffering from injuries in the last 8 years. Involvement family made headlines on Monday. Later, some local television channel informed Bangladeshi Cricket Board president and promised to take care of the Chamili's treatment. Chamili's right foot ligament got seriously damaged 8 years ago while playing a cricket match. That's all for this moment. Thanks for watching Notun Shomoy TV.
আপনারা দেখছেন নতুন সময় টেলিভিশন। নতুন সময়, নতুন আঙ্গিকে সত্যের পথে।